intentional with everything that you do. And just watch what happens to your fucking life. It feels so much better. See, most of you guys are just adrift, just lost in fucking thought, just being like, I don't really know. Like, people ask you what you're up to, what you're gonna do that day. I don't really know. I'm not sure. How does that feel to you guys? I know when I lived that way, it felt like shit. I fucking hated it. I always hated I'd grind through my work week. I never had a plan for my work week. Never really working on anything. Even the stuff I did, it was like I'd come home and I'd play guitar because I like guitar. I learned how to play guitar decently by just doing that. But I never like had a plan. I never was like, oh, when I get home today, I'm gonna play guitar. I'm gonna work on these things and get a little bit better at these things. Then I would get to my days off. I was like, my days off, I had so much fucking leisure fucking guilt. I'd grind through the week at work where I wasn't really having that great of a time, and then I would get to my weekend and I would go, wow, this is supposed to be when you start enjoying life. And I would go, what am I going to do today? Nah, no intention. Didn't have anything planned. No fucking path and no direction. And my overactive mind would go, fuck it, I'll just have some drinks and just sit the fuck around. And then I would wake up the next day and I would go, damn, I took my one day off to do fucking nothing. I live in Colorado. I didn't go on a hike. I didn't sit outside. I fucking chilled in my house and fucked off and drank drinks and did debauchery trying to get women on fucking Tinder. I wake up the next day and I go, man, well, I better do something today. And then I'd be so overwhelmed because I didn't know what to do. I'd be tired as fuck. That would take another day. Well, you know what? I probably just need to replan or rehash out my week for next week, and then I'll get back on it. And so I perpetually had no intention to anything. Like, go to work. But again, that was a rule somebody else made up for me. Hey, come here at this time. This is when you work on Wednesday. So I'd go there when they told me to. I didn't tell me to go do that shit. So just understand that. Do everything with intention. I was thinking about this a lot lately because I run a pretty tight flow schedule right now. I consider Monday through Saturday to be my work days. And then Sunday, and a lot of people in personal development are like, no days off. These motherfuckers are like, no days off. Okay, well, that's good for you. I'm a single dad. And I truly believe that family and my child is more important than anything in my life. I believe that selflessness. I think that he needs my attention and to spend time with me and gain as much knowledge as he can off of me as possible. I think that's more fucking commendable than even the pursuits I have for accomplishing things in the business world. So on Sunday, I drop all this shit. I just don't do it. I don't optimize. I don't listen to podcasts. I don't meditate in the morning on Sundays. I do every now and again if I feel like it. I don't exercise on that day. You're probably out there like, oh, it's 7 days a week or else there's nothing I can do, whatever. But do you understand why that's not laziness? That's not me fucking off on all my commitments. It's not me negotiating and talking myself out of doing the stuff I want to do. I planned that day. The intention is there. The intention is set. That's my day where I don't do this stuff. So I can decompress, get my mind away from being in optimization mode over and over and over. And then also, it's so that I can be fully mindful and present on that day, that why it is my priority. So I plan a mini adventure for us to do, go do some stuff. Then we might do something outside and play a little bit. We do all our meals together, so we eat on a schedule to where we're hanging out and talking the whole time. We do an arts and crafts thing during the day so that he can maybe get out some of that, read books. And then when it becomes nighttime, we go, hey man, you want to watch a movie or something, relax a little bit together and just hang out, kick it, have fun, laugh, make jokes. And so I just want that to be clear. Like, a lot of times when you hear people that are real hustlers, like real grinders out there, you almost have this image in your head that they work from 5 in the morning until 10 at night when they go to bed. And some of them do, and that's great. I know that they do some relaxation stuff in between that stuff too. So just understand that that's what separates them from you too. They do leisure. They might go to a business dinner with somebody, and they'll probably enjoy the food and like. But again, that was on a schedule and it was on a plan. They had intention. There was a reason for them to do it. So be intentional even with your leisure. Be intentional with your relaxation. And again, see what happens to those things. They open up to you. You know, I heard Ryan Holiday from the Daily Stoic say, you're putting things on a calendar not to remind yourself of those events. Because at the level that I'm at, like, I know what's going on. They're not up there as reminders. I'm actually looking for the blank spaces, if that makes sense. I'm looking for anything where there isn't something completely stacked. That little window where there's nothing stacked means that I can relax. I can maybe take a fucking bath with salt so I'm not sore from exercise. I can decompress and do a meditation during the middle of the day. Do some, kind of mental decompression techniques. But again, it's like I see that hole and I go, wow, that means I have some time. I'm going to put some intention to relaxation. So even relaxation should have some form of intention to it, and your access to that, because you have intention to it, will open up and it will be much more enjoyable. It won't feel like you're kind of just sitting around. Now, on the flip side of that, when you do what most of you are calling relaxation, which is I'll just like get home and watch Netflix and do that for 3.5, 4 hours, and you do it on repeat, there's a reason that you feel terrible after that, because that was not intentional. That was just a habitual thing that happens, a bad habit where you just go, oh, I don't do anything when I get home. I'm just going to zone the fuck out. You didn't go, Thursday nights is always when I watch this specific show on Netflix with my wife, and that's when we really bond and connect over the show that we enjoy together. That would be an example of the similar thing, watching Netflix and kind of just relaxing, that is done with intention. And that's actually almost recharging a little bit. Whereas the other one, non-intention based relaxation, most of the time actually makes you a little bit more tired. And at the end of it, you kind of feel like, ugh, what was that? Why did I just like waste my whole night? So pinpoint that real quick. Intention just doesn't mean like just intention setting in the morning with like some sort of system of processes that you do to get your mind right. That's where intention is most heavily regarded and important. But just do it with everything. Your leisure. Like, man, this is what I do with my lady. I do it on this night specifically. Like, we always eat dinner together that night. Like, I fucking love it. I'm gonna do something special. That's an intentional date night, rather than like, oh hey, what do you want to do tonight? I don't know, I'm tired as fuck. Oh, I guess we can just watch TV. Like, what do you want to watch? Oh, I don't know, whatever you want to watch. That's what it kind of turns into when you can't, make those connections intentional. So try to make your leisure intentional. Try to make more things intentional.